Did I ever tell you about Ahsoka Tano? She was your father's exotic teenage alien apprentice, a fine piece of jailbait from a more civilized age. She had the tightest body and the perkiest little breasts in the galaxy, barely legal in most systems. Anakin and I used to double-team her at the end of every successful during the Clone Wars, and once in a while we'd even have the entire 500 first run a train over her, part of official Jedi training, of course. In time, she learned how to handle a meat saber.
So much like your father.
These are daggers dropped by my men that were slaughtered by an ice troll in the Second Age. But I do not like to talk of such things. And for you, Legolas, this is a new bow, so that you may kill a troll as quickly as I did, in under 10 seconds. And for Samwise Gamgee, rope forged from the hair of an ice troll that I killed many years ago. And for Frodo, the bottled tears of an ice troll. Did I mention I killed an ice troll many years ago, in under 10 seconds? Fare thee well, my friends, and may these gifts forged from the body of an ice troll that I killed many years ago in the Second Age in under 10 seconds fare you well on your journey.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Woke! Woke!
It looks like Chuck's taking the skin boat to Tuna Town.
Cause I'm probably late. Oh, Friday night time. Radical lights and highly organized. It's Friday night times, Friday night times. If you're still not offended tonight. Oh, Friday night times. Rest assured that the chances are high.
That was good.
There we go. Fucking StreamYards. Why did it default back to my fucking camera? I don't know. So I'm going to go back. That's good because I was cussing for most of it. So thanks, Perry. Fucking StreamYards. They suck dick. You suck dick, StreamYards. Okay. Where was I? All right. So I have to now edit that part out later. Highly organized. That's right, Lady Gravemaster. Well, you know, you can have all the people in the world and it's still up to me. Okay. So what turned into what was going to be a very short edit of my video, a couple of overlays, turned into be a total disaster because we had a little information wrong. Happens all the time, right? It's like I double check all my numbers for everything. And I'm like, oh shit, I gave the wrong numbers for something. So now I need to redo that whole thing. And Perry's working on it right now. Because Garrett's asleep. But I wanted to show you before we get started here. I wanted to show you what's going on Twitter because it's pretty funny. We'll start it with this. Okay, so Loki, I think, as you completely missed when I was muted, Loki encapsulates everything that's wrong with Disney Marvel and is a perfect example of what the MCU is. And no, it's not just about cardboard cutouts of women who blandly do horrible impressions of stoic men, mostly because of the bad writing. It's been the desecration of classic characters to help elevate these characters, including shitting on everything that came before. Now, this happened already. Like Loki season 2 is repeating the exact same mistakes as Loki season 1, including saying something like the Tesseract is a lame name and putting the Infinity Stones as paperweights in desk drawers. And now we have the once formidable Loki that went through a great arc has now been reset, brought back through his arc by watching a video, and now for the second time in this series, no, third maybe, we have people sitting down at tables talking about their feelings. Now, when I put this scene up, it upset a lot of people when I just made a basic statement of fact, by the way, and it's hilarious. And the amount of views I got, now these are not views, these are impressions. So this is people scrolling past. People at Twitter can say it's not, that's what it is. They're not views like YouTube views. For your platform to be legitimate, people have to believe in it. So as much as I criticize YouTube, they're pretty clear on what they call a view and what is considered a view. Then there's click-through rate. There is also impressions. I don't get deep into the analytics because that shit can drive you nuts. You just do what you got to do. I mean, definitely, I think the best thing to listen to is you guys, right? So that's worked for me in the past. But this is hilarious. So here we go. Let me make sure I shared audio. It automatically does it now, but I just want to double check. Audio sharing on. Good. Let's take a listen. Turn that nice and loud for you.
Listen, that wasn't tactical. I lost it. It's okay. It happens. You know, sometimes the rage builds up and you just gotta let it out. You remember that time? I was so angry with my father and my brother. I went down to Earth and I held the whole of New York City hostage with an alien army. Tried to use the Mind Stone on Tony Stark. It didn't work. So I threw him off the building. I mean, let me say something. Wasn't tactical.
Yeah.
I lost it. sometimes our emotions get the better of us.
Wow, it's riveting. That's what Disney Marvel is in isolation, whatever. But this also fully encapsulates what Marvel Comics has become, and with people with no sight of that, with no knowledge of that. But certainly the normies and, the stands, especially the Twitter Disney Marvel stands, right when they just canceled, they essentially rebooted Daredevil again, fired the directors and writers. There's now very legitimate rumors that a reboot is on the way. They have tried to shit can all the series they can. People still want to defend this on Twitter, by the way. Only on Twitter. Only on Twitter. There's no defense of this anywhere else. And say, what? That was a good scene. What's the problem? It really is the entire problem of Disney Marvel. Remember that time in the Avengers, a much better film when I was a much better character. It's so flippant, whatever. It's pretty hilarious how we go through this fucking cycle every time so Loki season 2 is basically Ahsoka. Remember the first couple episodes of Ahsoka, all the fucking shit we were hearing from people over and over again. And now that it ends, reality sets in. You do know we do this with every single Disney Plus series. Every single fucking one they've put out. First 2 episodes, you guys are just haters. All you do is hate shit. And then they go, oh, it sucked. You were right. Yes, we were right. We in the chat, we the fans who have been watching all of this stuff get slowly decimated. Now Marvel's fucking dead. It's just deader than dead. My next video is about an incoming inevitable flop. And now it's deader and dead. But what's wrong with this? Everything. Everything is the same thing as putting the Infinity Stones in a drawer. It's the same thing as making MODOK. Well, I don't want to be a dick. Well, I gotta be a dick. It's the same thing as killing Kang twice, having Kang get killed by or defeated by and killed by Ant-Man and female Loki. The same thing about season 2 of Loki supposedly setting up the multiverse when that's what season 1 was supposed to do. It's the plot still runs through female Loki. We still have male Loki simping. One minute he's going, Mobius, please help me in the hallway. And then the next fucking show, he's using his shadow powers and looking like Loki. Is like, where the fuck is this being? It's inconsistency. It's shit writing because these motherfuckers don't know what they're doing and they don't care. They just want to crap out a bunch of content. And a bunch of anime avatars are going to support it that are half of them not even real people. So that's what's wrong with it. And all I said was this is the absolute state of Disney Marvel. And that obviously upset a lot of people. Good. Good. Thanks for the 5.5 million views on that tweet. Jesus. I was like, God, you know, when something hits Reddit, like one of my Miles Morales tweets went crazy because it hit Reddit and everybody got all upset. By stating Miles Morales is Miles Morales, which is a fact, which is nothing but a fact. But it shows what they need, right? It's a thought experiment, by the way. It shows that they need Spider-Man to be black because they have social inequities. I don't fucking know. Because they're insecure, because that's what their identity is wrapped up in a derivative character. That's a sad life to live. Please don't do that. Sorry to report, Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And, you know, when Miles Morales has seminal runs that go through, and he goes through about 8 decades of I can't say 8 because the last 10 years have been shit. Maybe even 20. We'll go 6 decades. You go 6 decades of best-selling comics, outselling everything, and your face becomes the brand of the company. Spider-Man's face was like Mickey Mouse. When you saw Marvel Comics, they would have a little Spider-Man head that said Marvel Comics around it. When Miles Morales does it, but Miles Morales hasn't even passed up Ben Reilly, in my opinion. So, or Miguel O'Hara. Those are better Spider-Men. Spiderman. So yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, and it's just the wheels on the bus go round and round, and it's like we're dealing with ostriches who have I think an attention span of 10 seconds. Like every time they look down and look up, they're seeing somebody new. If you're just standing there, that's the Disney Marvel stand. That's what you asked for, Disney Marvel. The same fans who are upset that Captain Marvel is going to have a husband who's an actual man. People are upset about that. The same people who are going to defend the hell out of the Marvels. A movie nobody wants. A movie that should be canceled. A movie that should be absolutely dumped. But they're going to put it out. If anything, it should just go on Disney Plus. But don't worry. Loki will lead directly into the Marvels. I'm assured of that. Let's get to the square up. Mark of Reality for $2. Shad should use AI to make a movie without Hollywood, and it would be a big theater quality. He probably will. The AI debate is raging. It's raging. And Shad is stirring the pot. Listen, I don't think it's going to hurt real artists. I just don't. If you're a real artist, make your real art. I don't think it's going to hurt Alex Ross or Graham Nolan, Todd McFarlane, not that he draws anymore, Jim Lee, not that he draws anymore. I don't think it's going to hurt any of those people. Up-and-coming artists, cultivating talent, maybe it hurts, but it's a tool, and I see it as inevitable. There's like zero you can do about it. There was somewhat of this kind of, there wasn't internet around, but when Photoshop showed up, a lot of people were saying the same thing. And let's not forget the era of tracing. Greg Land. A lot of comic artists were straight up tracing, taking pictures and tracing. Is that cheating? Is that art? Well, yeah, it's cheating. It is. If you're going with the purest thought, but a lot of motherfuckers. I think it's Maleev for Daredevil. He was fucking tracing. You can tell. You can absolutely tell. And they've been doing it for a long time. There was a thing called a light box. Remember the light boxes? Yeah. Anything to speed up the trade, I think it's fine. I think if you, the customer, enjoys it, I think that's all that matters in the end. I just think there's certain skills out there that people thought that would never be replaced, like a hairdresser. Like, we're never going to get replaced by a machine. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Everything's going to get replaced by a machine eventually. Vault 95 Survivor for $2, part 1 of 2, Gary. A friendly reminder from the Nooner 3 weeks ago. If you want a real good war movie, watch My Way. It's a Korean-made film taking place in the Second Russo-Japanese War and into World War II. A very eye-dropping opening part of My Way is during the portion when they go to Siberia as POWs. Watch the movie in subs. The dub was awful. Movie is good as Saving Private Ryan. Get it on Blu-ray. All right. I usually watch stuff with subs if I can. Unless it's animated. Then I'm a little different on that one. But live action with the subs. I just watched your One Piece video. It was great. Thank you, Pyro Beetle, for $10. It was a labor of love. Like Perry and I knew, like, it's not going to, especially since it was so late, right? We just knew it wasn't going to do well as the other videos, but you never know. We'll see. Maybe it goes evergreen. That's a possibility. That's always a possibility. What was it? Our top 5 murdered franchises. That didn't go out the gate on fire, but man, it just went and went and went, and it's still going. By the way, it's still going. We still get views on that one. That's good about evergreen stuff. So thank you. Abomination for $5. I don't get how the hacker man has seemingly unlimited futuristic technology. Why isn't he helping get Robin the Hood some gig work to make millions instead of fooling around with coins? Because your show is only as smart as the writers and the director. And yes, Director X is out there calling everybody out, wanting attention, wants to get on a live stream, wants to have a conversation. No, thanks. I don't do that stuff. I don't do that. I'll talk behind the scenes. I've done that with multiple directors, multiple producers, executives. I have talked to a lot of people behind the scenes and had a little chit chat. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm not here for to help promote a show that I think just sucks. But the video he put out was pretty. I was laughing. He said we look goofy, and I'm all yep. Guilty as charged. Oh, Roscoe for $1. Ryan, are you retarded? He's retarded adjacent. Ryan is retarded adjacent. We're on to the donations for $3. Shane M. Love to see Danica here. I started listening to Dune Wave on Wednesday, and I've obsessed. I started listening to it too. It's pretty cool. It's like mellow. Awesome work. My favorite songs are Bene Gesserit Benediction, Who Will Play God, Trust No Government, and Balanced Judgment. Cactus for $3. Speaking of anime, Redline is a highly underrated anime movie, in my opinion. Such a banger soundtrack and insane space race action-packed monstrosity. Why have I heard of Redline? Probably because it was recommended to me. I've heard of that, though. I've heard of that one. I know that one. Enoch Maman for $40 is just saw One Piece. I meant only to watch 1 or 2 episodes a day. I ended up binging it all instead. Great show. Very fun. Speaking of fun, Gary, do you remember when you saw Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves 4 times in theaters because it was fun? Yes. I saw it 4 times in theaters. I freaking loved that movie when it came out. The only thing I didn't like about it was the Bryan Adams song, because I hate Bryan Adams. But everything I do, it's the kind of thing like Dan Vasc would sing, and 70-year-old Christian women throw their Jesus panties at him. He's bringing him up. He is this is good to knock him on. We all know that's bullshit. It was because the theme song, Everything I Do For You by Bryan Adams. Yes, we all know you love Bryan Adams, AKA the Canadian Bon Jovi. You probably had tissues out sobbed with when the song came on. No, and it was on repeat on MTV, so I'd have to shut it off every time that stupid shit came on. I mean, you know what? Like, I'll give Bryan Adams this. Like, The Summer of '69 is a pretty good song. He's better than Bon Jovi. But he's just a short, blonde Canadian who sings like this. Very... Ugh. I mean, admittedly, Dan Vasc would do a better job with his songs. But he is the Canadian Bon Jovi. I'm all about Rush, baby. Fucking Rush. Another great song, I guess, if you need a great song, you need to cast Christian Slater so he can pump up the volume. Oh, anyone get that joke? I did. I'm going to give you that one. Anyway, how do you rank the 2 songs plus Hero by Chad Kroeger from Spider-Man from the best or least favorite? I don't think about Hero from Chad Kroeger on Spider-Man. I try not to. What was the song that was at the end of Daredevil, the Daredevil movie? I liked that one. That was some 2000s cheese rock at the end that I liked. But I would have to say I'd probably listen to... I don't know, man. I'd probably go deaf. Probably Chad Kroeger at the end of Spider-Man, because that movie's so fucking good. That movie is so good. I try not to think about it, though. God, those 2000s movies. Whew. Gary, do you know that name of the comic book series where the main character would yell "Massacre" to turn into a superhero, and it would never be the same? He would change into a hero that was needed for the specific situation? Not off the top of my head, but, you know. Chat probably knows, but I'm going to look it up. I don't, yeah. Yeah, the chat will have to figure that one out. I remember Dial H for Hero. That was a show, too. Probably, you know, maybe. I haven't read every comic ever made. So, you know, I've read a lot. But I had a wheelhouse, man. And that wheelhouse was Spider-Man, Daredevil, Fantastic Four, Hulk in and out, Batman. I liked a lot of Vertigo shit. But, yeah, mainly Marvel. Moving Pictures is a great album. Somebody will figure it out. You'll figure it out. Sorry. Yeah. I'm not a, don't know. But you, I mean, Neural Rama. Remember that site? What was it? It's LMGTF. Why? And it's, let me Google that for you. This is an old site. So when somebody would ask you a question, you go to that site and it would just be somebody looking up Google for you. That's pretty much my answer. Hey, FNT, they need to get Feige out and bring on the Russos for a story reset. Maybe Thanos in Endgame knew the Avengers would become his planet, come to his planet and fake the destruction of the stones with the help of the Mind Stone and manipulated everyone since. Yeah, I think you just end this and you restart and you don't have it even bleed into the next universe at all. You just end it. You don't need to kill everybody. You know what? They can go off happily ever after and the story just ends. There's probably still superheroes. There's other stuff going on, but this story ends. This story ends. And the rest can be your imagination. I'm tired of like, you need to kill people. No. Buffy, great ending. They shut down the Hellmouth. But there's still vampires. There's still evil to be fought. Cactusy for $3. I could be misremembering, but I was so annoyed when they canceled the Ghost Rider TV show on Hulu after a few years ago, and their only excuse for why was because the writer didn't know what to write like. The fuck? Again, could be wrong, but I need a Ghost Rider show. Well, it wasn't a proper Ghost Rider show. It was Robbie Reyes' Ghost Rider, and that's a derivative Ghost Rider, like to the power of 3 or 4. Well, in the comics... Did he come before the girl? Yes. So to the power of 3. Technically, no, because there was vengeance, but whatever. Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider. That's where you start. Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider. Yeah, he was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the guy who played him, looked like the Pee Wee Herman, the Pee Wee 1000 and Terminator Derp Fate. He did an okay job, right? And it was cool to see, and we got to see Johnny Blaze for like a second. But that's Marvel. It's like, oh, that's what we want to see, and it's there for a second, and now it's Mexican Ghost Rider who has gang affiliations because of the fucking racism of Hollywood. It's like, why couldn't he just like be a shop owner? Why couldn't he just have a regular job? You know, no, there's got to be mechanics involved, gang affiliation. That's Hollywood. These are the motherfuckers calling us racist. The Doom Scholar for $30. If Marvel was interested in making entertainment, they would be trying to movies we want. Exactly. Help make entertainment great again. Doom Scholar Studios. A movie everybody wants is a Fantastic Four that is white, filled with
people.
Because the Fantastic Four are
people.
And Ben Grimm is Jewish, but all four are
people.
And people are like want to dance around that, but the Fantastic Four are fucking
people.
Okay. And they're not going to be. And that's going to affect their success because their whole brand in the comic book for decades, being the first family of Marvel, they were
people.
There you go. But we're going to get a stock diversity photo cast of Fantastic Four. The X-Men will all be gay. They'll just all be gay. Hey, Fellowship, was wondering if I could get some help with my channel. Hubby has been working on it for over a month, and we have seen no growth. I've watched a few videos on growth. Everybody likes growth. Wait. Glitch God, we're very immature here. Okay, thank you for the $5. But seen a few videos on growth and search optimization, but I'm missing some. Any help? Cool at Spartan X3X. I'll keep this short. You're not going to see growth in the first month. You're probably not going to see it in the first 6 months. You just got to keep going. Keep going. So, reminder, I started my channel in 2014. My channel is approaching its 10-year anniversary. Does it feel like I've been around 10 years? No, because the channel has been in development, was in the development stage for 4 of those 10 years. So I'll say realistically started seeing growth around year 4-ish. But it was just a little bit, but it was great. I freaking loved it. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I got 1,000 views. We got 1,000 views. That's fucking awesome. Then we hit 1,000 subs. That was in 2017, 16, right around Christmas time, 16, 17. I was so happy. I went and I worked right down the street from YouTube. So I went to the YouTube building, shot a little video that you can find. I'm a beardless boy on that in San Bruno, California. And then there was another couple years. I got to, 30K. And yeah, it takes time. Have fun. That is number one. You need to be interested in what you're doing. Not, I wouldn't recommend just doing this to like, hey, I want to grow and make money. I would approach it as a hobby, like a band with your friends, a garage band or whatever, and see what happens. See what happens. Keep your expectations realistic. It doesn't mean don't have goals, but I'm not the kind of person who goes, I am going to have 1 million subs by September of whatever year, right? That is not how I do things at all. Just ask, my lovely, hey, Garrett's awake. Morning, Garrett. He was up late last night. I was driving him. I was serious on the Forbidden Frontier when I said I'm going to put 25 extra minutes on it. Fucker, for voting for Dan Vast. That's what you get. That's what you get. But back to this. I would say the way I do things is video by video. I want to maintain growth, ladies. But yeah, oh god, this is a bad analogy because George R. R. Martin, describes himself as a gardener. I'm kind of a gardener. I'm kind of like George, except I finish shit, except for my Picard review. But that's how I kind of cultivate and constantly work on things, tweak what I need to tweak, but certainly just try to get better as time goes on. But don't just make stuff in a month. If you get a view, that's pretty awesome. Okay. That's not, your grandma or something like that. So keep your expectations realistic. This is not a game I would get into. I saw there was young people, the top 5 jobs they want to be is like social media influencer and YouTuber. It's like, sure, there's some young people who are great at it. but honestly, I'm so glad I did it when I was old. So, because it can mess up your perspective. So good luck. I wish you all the luck in the world, but like really just start out by making content and figuring out what you want that to be. Don't worry about anything else. Because we didn't. It was a fucking accident, to be honest with you. We were going to focus on podcasts. That was going to be my original focus. We are now at the soups portion. Morpheus for $10. I just want to shout out to the awesome tarot card deck that Danica created a while back. Oh, she made a tarot card deck? I need that. I mean, I don't believe in or playing them, but I like the art. I got a Buffy one when I was in Paris, France. Got a Buffy tarot card deck. Favorite self-defense carry tool? Asks Cavagen. Oh, fucking I'm retarded. Cave Gentleman. I was gonna go Cava Gentleman. Oh, Cave Gentleman. My brain is going. For $19.99 says, or asks, favorite self-defense carry tool. Maglite. I mean, it works for the cops. Fucking shit hurts. Okay. Mark Demshock for $10. After watching you all for a while, finally became a member. Thank you. Thank you. So to all on FNT for talking about One Piece when it came out. Love it. Great review, by the way, Gary. 200 episodes deep into the anime now. I'm going to start it. It's supposed to start today. I'm wondering if it's going to chart since it's on Netflix. I think it's the first 13 seasons. I'm curious. Maybe not, but whatever. Wild Hunter for £2 British. Danica 19 should be a regular on FNT. Good show. A lot of people said that. She'll be back. We're doing a panel together at LA Comic Con in December. And I'm sure we'll find a place to hang. Renting out places in LA is just not even an option, but we'll find a place to meet and we'll just quietly take it over. Nebulous for $5 says, I, for one, support Black Seth Rogen's bravery. Black Seth Rogen. Jake Strange for $5. Shad, the problem with AI is that anyone can make passable art in the future. It's going to make art feel like fast food. Not far from that now, actually. No, I mean, like, what's hastening AI, what's bringing it on is artists pricing themselves out. Not that they're not worth it. It just it priced itself out. You can do that. That happens in industries all the time. The skill level gets so high. And also, the expectations get so high, usually caused by unions. But, people still need to get paid, but you price yourself out. What happens is these big corporations come in and things become a little less artisanal. And yes, it becomes too expensive. You can't make a superhero movie now. The mentality in Hollywood is you need at least $150 million to make a superhero movie. That's bullshit. You could still make one for 70. But what gets padded are now COVID expenses that didn't really go away, union expenses, union mandates that you have to have a certain amount of line producers and blah, 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 blah. And that just makes everything all fucking crazy. When back in the 70s, you had a crew of, 20 people who could make a fucking movie instead of a crew of 1,000. It's fucking ridiculous. So, while I do believe the individual should get paid a fair amount, that individual should be worth it and should be able to negotiate for it. What the big problem in Hollywood isn't only the unions. It's the people who join the unions and still work for fucking nothing, right? Which devalues your industry. When I was in school, an editor came in and she worked on Supergirl a little bit, so we won't hold it against her, but she had some great advice. She's like, don't sell yourself short. You're worth $100 an hour. Don't go out there and take $50 an hour. But there's plenty of people who will. And that's the way it goes. Unions can't stop that. Unions will never be able to stop that. And unions will become obsolete because unions are completely attached to giant corporations. Without the union cannot exist without the giant corporation. Just a fact. Corey Bloomberg for $5. Update, Gary. We were told at 2 p.m. today 3 of my aunts were found. They're gone. Thank you, Ripa, for your words yesterday. It meant a lot. Oh, from the thing? Oh, no, dude. Ugh. Yeah. I don't like war. Not a big fan of war. War sucks. It's a great speech I posted from Doctor Who. I think that just kind of sums up how I feel about it. Hayden 75 for $20. Oh, and I've now backed Akira the documentary. Let's get that Kickstarter to 50K. I've never seen Akira, but the passion has inspired me to check it out. Danica, can you sell people on it who haven't seen it real quick? Sorry, Hayden. I should have called that. She can. And she did that on the Nooner a couple of weeks ago. And go watch her trailer. And just look at how the art, just one example of how the art's done. It's fucking insane. There's a 4K version, Hayden. There's now a 4K version. Aiken for $7.99. Director X is right. We are rejecting his show because of racism. Boom. Apparently, we're goofy for laughing at a mom pointing at her cookie jar of condoms, telling her daughter, you better take one. A little late for last night. Did she take one the previous night? Years later, when I talked to my abusive ex, she said she thought I was into it, despite all the arguments we had and the fact that I never even hinted at that. I don't think Will Smith is into it. Thanks. Some people, yeah. Set Tom Micron for $10. He's trapped in a relationship. He's trying to protect his image. Here's what I think it might be. All right. It's ego driven. He's trying to protect his image. And that's about it. But like, she knows that, and he doesn't want to start any shit with her to not shit on her image, but she doesn't give a fuck because she's a sociopathic bitch. I now feel bad for Will Smith. I know. He should have never slapped Chris Rock. Poor Chris Rock got pulled into this. But I don't usually talk about these celebrity interpersonal things, but it's clear that she is an emotionally manipulative, abusive, a bitch. A bitch. A bitch. Hang on, let's see if I can find a video file that describes.
You're a cunt.
I think that describes it pretty well. Art Gaines for $2. Never talk to the media. Nothing good will result. Yeah, I would. Somebody wanted to interview me about the Let's Talk About Blue Beetle. No. Dude, I do hours. I have 1,400 videos on my channel. Can't remember what I have on Nerdrotic Live. We have 150 on Nerdrotic Daily. I've appeared on multiple live streams. There is thousands of hours of me babbling away. You can pretty much get what I'm about through any of that. Not going to go. If Opie and Opie from the Rings of Power wanted to talk to me, I'd talk to him. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Because that's something I really care about. Robin Hood, while I do believe it's culturally important, it's only as a meme. It's a fucking meme. That's why people are reviewing it, because your show is a meme. We are at the end of woke Hollywood. It's going up in flames. And yours is just like the shart at the end, like the little squirt at the end of a shart. That's all it is. It's not anything different. That's Director X might have only directed music videos, and maybe that's what he's about, but he doesn't see the whole picture with this. People aren't just mad about Robin Hood, although you came out and said people like Az and Disparu don't care about Robin Hood. When they're fucking British, they care a lot about Robin Hood. Okay, and I love Robin Hood. It's one of the first movies I ever saw, the animated one. Errol Flynn is the GOAT. I freaking love that story. And you also got everything about that story wrong. Wrong. Not the people, not the places, the themes are completely wrong and subverted for the themes of CRT and intersectionalism. And if you don't recognize that, I don't give a shit. But it's a meme. It's funny. People are laughing at it because it's not even worthy of anger. It's not. It's pitiful. It's pitiful. And it could have been something different. Absolutely could have been something different. But it wasn't. And calling me out, bro, I just made a meme video. Actually, Quarter Black Garrett made a meme video on my instructions. So he made it. I put it out. And we've talked about it on live streams. I have no intention, unless it gets worse. I've been keeping an eye on it. I've watched the series. But honestly, not worth my time. There's great videos on it out there already. I think Az and Disparu got this. Years later, I talked. I'm chatting for the first time to say you have to watch Echo's new video. Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Mando, and Boba are argue who had the worst D+ show. Echo Bases? Okay, so who had the worst D+ show? Was it Boba Fett? Was it Mandalorian? Was it Obi-Wan or Ahsoka? Well, there's different levels of that. LC Bolden for $4.99. I think it's a very good question. So I will say Obi-Wan was the worst because it did the most damage to a beloved character. So Obi-Wan by far is the worst. It was technically a bad show, poorly directed. That shine is now off the Deborah Chow director. Poorly plotted, subverted Darth Vader, made him a bitch. And brought in Riva. What's second? Boba Fett, because just poor execution. That thing was just horribly directed, written. It was shit. Mandalorian season 3, right around Boba Fett, I would say. And Ahsoka was slow and boring and could have been better if they provided any context to any of the characters in that show, which they did not. There's no context. There's no humanity. There's no soul. There's nothing. It's just people talking slowly, walking slowly, some member berries that didn't even need to be there. The Anakin episode didn't need to be there. He didn't need to be in it at all. You literally take him out of the equation and just cut Ahsoka dropping in the drink and then being picked up and nothing fucking changes. So what it is attrition. It's attrition. But Obi-Wan's the worst, by far. Magnum Norris for $20. Now you're going to Wisconsin. Welcome to the construction cones everywhere. Oh, dude, I'm in Texas, bro. Everything's under construction here because we're booming. Everything's under construction. There's cranes. We're getting new freeway. Like the freeways here are tiny. Okay, I'm from California, so. They're tiny, and they're going to be huge now. They're going to be massive. Everything's under construction. I don't know why. All the Californians are moving to Austin. I feel like we can put a wall around them. We'll get Alex Jones and Joe Rogan out of there. We'll airlift them out of there, and then we'll put a wall around Austin. But people are kind of sleeping on San Antonio, and I'm good with that. But yes, I'm going to be in Wisconsin on the 16th. Ed and Rachel for $19.99. I saw Akira on VHS back in '89 in Japanese, and without knowing the language, it blew me away. Looking forward to the documentary. The animation is next level. Jesus Davila, thank you for the $1.99. Edward Morris for $5. Hey, Gary, you probably won't read this until the square up, but what do you think the One Piece actually is? Is it a type of treasure? Hail. I hope it's not friendship, okay? I hope it's not the journey like Wizard of Oz. I hope it's an actual treasure. I hope it's like a coin. I hope it's just like a coin or something. Guess we'll find out. I mean, he's built it up a lot, but you got to make it something. You can't make it. It's hinted heavily in the beginning when he says, I'm trying to think of what he says. He says, I've done everything in the life of fame, power. It can all be yours. And it's essentially saying, go after your dreams. And that's what Luffy's doing. I hope it's not like, it was just about chasing your dreams. No. The Exalted Patriarch for $4.99. Roman Empire. Now you're thinking about it. Always. You're always on my mind. Santosh Perry for 10 Canadian pesos. Hello, Az, D-Day, and FNT Gang. Pretty sure you know me by now as the producer of Respawn. I would love for you to be part of your team. Would love to know, how can my experience be good use to you? Thank you. Let us know. Jeremy's always, I'm good. But Jeremy's looking for people. You never know who else needs people. Alexander Ducasse for $5 says, Gary and Melissa eclipse X marks spot, focal point this year. Next year is San Antonio. Great show, guys. Love you. Yeah, we got the Ring of Fire. So it was really cool to watch the eclipse. That was my first total one that I've ever seen. Well, almost total. Stop, watch, and roll for $4.99. Thank you guys for entertaining. Could I get a shout out for my YouTube channel? Of course, trying to get that 1,000. I'm at 727 at the moment. So that's stop, watch, and roll. It's not spelled and, it's the little and. Is at 727 subs. That's really close to 1,000. It's really close. I don't think you need that for monetization anymore. You need those watch hours, but I don't think you need 1,000, which I always thought was fucking retarded. Roland Wenger for $1.99. The low-key joke was in Neil Gaiman's American Gods. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Season 1 was good. Everything else went to shit when Brian Fuller left. Weston $4.87 for $5. I've never seen Akira. Sell me on why I should. The animation's fucking crazy. How's that? Eric Miller for $5. Also, it's heavily inspired by Blade Runner. Eric Miller for $5 watched your One Piece review and will say it is a little refreshing to see you praise something. I do. When I see something good, I praise it. As I should. Isn't there a song like that? Josh Yoder for $10. I was watching the stream. It was dinner time, and you started talking about Loki, so I had to pause it and go at a double quarter pounder. You barely earned that. Bad movie fatigue, not superhero fatigue, says Eric K for $2. But one creates. When does one end and the other start? So when does so you're saying that superhero fatigue has to be when they put out good movies and they don't do well? Judge Dredd. It's a good movie that didn't do well. The Creator, a lot of people liked it. It didn't do well. It's not a superhero movie. But I think we might be creeping into genre fatigue, which is really bad because I like genre. I prefer genre. But I think it's going to be more than superhero fatigue. I think it's going to be genre fatigue because so many fucking tourists and posers came in and fucked it up. Rebecca McLaughlin for $9.99 and $10. So that's $19.99. There are two people I would love to see on FNT if you could get them on. One is Dave Cullen, and the other is Thoris Unlimited. We've tried to get Dave on multiple times. We will continue to try to get Dave on because we love him, but there's a huge time difference. I know Thoris. Yeah, Thoris is pretty good. Pursuing Paranormal for $9.99 as a family service counselor at my local cemetery. Excuse me. I can help all of Friday Night Tights with the pre-arrangements. Thank you. We already dug the gravesite for the Marvel's opening box office weekend numbers. Yes. Stay tuned to my next video. They're pretty bad. They're pretty bad. Joshua Henderson for $4.99. Gary, you should make a video on your thoughts on Director X blaming you and the other YouTubers for racism of a shit show. If I do a response at all, it'll probably be on Nerdrotic Daily. But I kind of just made one. And I don't know what else to say. I'm not going to like engage in some stupid fucking debate because this guy's coping that his show's bad. Just deal with it, man. It sucks. You put a lot of time and effort in it, and it wasn't well executed. I know that sucks. So that's why, and I got this from Geeks and Gamers Daily Chat, but I call him Projector X. Projector X. Projector X apparently watched us for a long time. He's pretty familiar with our content, but he didn't listen. You know, obviously he didn't listen because, you know what? Sure, you can have a black female Robin Hood. Sure. I would have said it probably in some dystopian future. Make it Dread-like. You know, to make it more believable. But I would have had a little more male energy because it's really a show for 12-year-old girls. And that's what it is. It's a show for 12-year-old girls. I'm not a 12-year-old girl. Mr. Parker for $5. Thank you for the donation. Drac and CM for $9.99. I love you all, but you seem to be forgetting that Loki's powers don't work in the TVA. They work outside the TVA, and apparently things that didn't work in the TVA now can work in the TVA. Now, I have to go back. Wasn't that the inhibitor or no? Maybe they just don't work in the TVA. His powers don't work. That's right. The Infinity Stones don't work because they're in a pocket outside of time that's now unraveling. So explain that. But his powers work outside the TVA. And even if his powers don't work, he's still pretty strong. Asgardians are a different form of human. Plus, he's half frost giant. Brightest Day audiobooks for $2. Would love to see Danica and Nerd Cookies talk Dune. Yeah, they'd probably like it. Snakes and Funerals for $5. Remember when McDonald's didn't let homeless people inside? Yes. King Hess 99 for $10. Hail Friday Night Tights and hail the panel. And the chat question for Ryan: what is your opinion on Sam Witwer's Star Wars? And for QBG, that man had rights. Also, hail 199 and Hoaz. I'll ask Sam Witwer. Wasn't he in Smallville? He was in Smallville. There I go. There I. Oh, Artherio Gado Rage. Okay, for $10. I hate the modern multiverse of Marvel. Miss the OG when it was Earth, Asgard, Hell, Dark Dimension, etc. Not the infinite spider people, Lokis, and all that bullshit. Yeah, like I fucking hate it. Yeah, multiverses suck balls. Brought my 8-year-old son to his first New York Comic-Con today. Marvel, Disney, Star Wars, nowhere to be seen. Fantastic. We just checked out mangas and indie comics. Hell yeah, Brandon Thibodeau for $4.99. Mickey the Candyman for $5. Hail all. Gary, I got some cosmic candy corn coming your way. Right on. What's everyone's top pick for the spooky season's treat? I think everybody likes Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, which is good. Thunderstorm for $4.99. Iron Fart should be released in the toilet. Nice to see X-Ray Girl is wet for FNT this week. Eric K. Jesus. Andimus for $4.99. D plus Marvel and Star Wars content has modeled for Disney adults to experience Disneyland from their couches. Yep. Without kids. Mighty Balzac for $2. Mia Khalifa loves having her face covered. Yeah. She's, you know what? Imagine that. A porn star is fucking retarded. Not all of them are though. Kenzie Taylor is best Captain Marvel. She's the best Captain Marvel, Kenzie Taylor. Be careful looking her up on Twitter, though, because she is a porn star. Good Wrench for $10. Ghost of Genitals Past. Ouch. The fan with no name for $1.99. I heard of skeletons in the closet, but ghosts? Oh, they're gay. Then we were talking about the gay ghost show with stupid face from Twilight. I can't remember her name. Michael Gonzalez for $10. Corporate level jobs will be lost to AI, but social media artists will be fine. Fans of art will rather follow an artist and give them business over someone generating cheap AI art. I mean, now you can tell, but pretty soon you won't be able to tell. I'm not like, I'm being pragmatic about it, okay? I'm not like, yay AI. I'm just like, it is too late. So we're bitching about something we will not be, it is like pretty much a waste of time. Waste of time and energy. And I'm not a black pillar, but it's like, dude, there are advantages to it too. There are advantages, but I think it will eventually lead to robots killing us all. Koa Lee for $10. Shad, at least you didn't write your apology using AI. Blessed be upon all of you. Josh Kelsey drops $19.99 and walks away because that's what Josh Kelsey does, Chad. Shad, are you going to go on the Artcast and talk AI, says Boog for 20 Mexican dollars, or asks that. Have you watched the Netflix interview with the JPVAs on One Piece? I found it curious that it came out at the same time as Gary's review. Did it? Oh, the Japan voice actors. I haven't seen the interview with it. No. Hey, again, that review was a labor of love. That's all it was there to do. And Perry had a great time making it. On main, I'll have a drive copy. Cool. Sorry, I got to respond to them. I need to think of a title, guys. I think I'm just going to go with the basic stuff. I'm not going to get fancy with this one. That's a good thumbnail, Perry. Hi, Garrett. Did you have a good sleepy? Did you have a good sleepy, Garrett? Giving him shit. I'm trying to fix a video, right? I'm like 40 minutes late for this live stream. I'm like, motherfucker. And then I find out this whole clip, I've got the information wrong. I'm like, shit. God damn it. I'm like, because I read the wrong thing. So I was reading the projections for Blue Beetle, but I was actually reading the numbers for that fucking dog story or whatever, which weren't that, it's like they were off by like $2 million. I don't think anybody would have noticed or cared, but I did. Got to get it right. You want to know why we have to get it right when we're criticizing everything? Is because we're under the microscope with a lot of motherfuckers, and I just want to make sure. Well, also, I want to get it right. I just want to get it right. That's all. But, you know, I think it's good to to think that, like, if you're going to get into the field of cultural criticism, one thing to keep in mind, you're under the fucking microscope. Dot your I's, cross your T's as much as you humanly can. I fuck up on shit all the time, but as much as you can. Helps with authenticity, which is kind of important. Kind of important. My notebook's almost full. I got this at the beginning of the year. It's almost full. Unreadable after this. Not really sure what to do. Here are my notes for my video. Red Lightning 0001 for $4.99 British. Proper money. Gary, your One Piece review is brilliant. Thank you. Perry Chan. Perry fucking Chan. Perry Chan. I have great editors. I am blessed with great editors. Watch the review multiple times as an over 20-year-old One Piece fan. Won me over. Of course I will. Oh, fuck yeah. God damn, that scene's so good. You know, I'm just grateful. Like, after COVID, pretty much everything that came out during COVID, most everything that came out during COVID was fucking shit. So eventually we started getting like good stuff that was legit surprise. House of the Dragon, legit surprised. I gave a shit about that show. Star Trek Picard season 3, absolute shock that I like that show. Called a shill, called everything. That's fine. I mean, it's part of the game. Whatever. I like what I like. I like what I like. And even if it's perceived to go against a narrative, which it isn't. The narrative is being honest. Then there is no fucking narrative. Okay? That's the whole thing. If we're not being honest, it's just another narrative. That's all it is. That's for content creators. Some haven't figured that out, and that's on them. It's not my job. It's not my job to tell them what to do or how to do things. Don't really care. But if we're not being honest, it's just another narrative. Fuck narratives. What was the peak of YouTube to you all? Top dog for $1.99. I hope we haven't achieved it yet. I did enjoy, like, when there was all kinds of UFO videos and Alex Jones was free to be on here and stuff. I really enjoyed that. I did. There's still a lot of great YouTube out there, but I keep it completely in my sphere other than like my lore. What do I watch outside of? It's not much. Like our sphere, that's pretty much what I watch. Outside of it, lots of UFO, ancient civilizations, and lore videos. I like lore videos, and I'm watching a lot of House of Dragon shit right now. Even with people who fucking hate my guts. I was watching Preston last night. What a prick. What a fucking prick. Not what he said about me. I don't give a shit. But he went out there and talked shit about Critical Drinker and said something like, this guy's supposed to be like, I dot my I's and cross my T's, and said something just that was a fucking lie. He said the Critical Drinker was against Roe v. Wade. Critical Drinker's never fucking talked about it. He's in Scotland. He said he's part of that anti-Roe v. Wade crowd. Whether you're for or against it, he's never talked about it. He's never fucking said that once. What the fuck are you talking about, you retard? Also, you're not in America, so and haven't been in a while, so I'm not really sure what you would know about shit about this country because you're not here, other than what you're being spoon-fed from corporate media. But I like his Song of Ice and Fire videos. I do, even though they're completely wrong, including George saying there is magic in the world. He keeps on going, well, there's no sign of it there being actual magic. I mean, except for the shadow babies and the zombies and the dragons. I mean, there's no sign of magic anywhere. There could be a science fiction explanation, except for when George said, no, there's magic. Yeah, dude, he's a little cow. Ned Kelly, but yeah, I was watching him last night. All of a sudden, he starts talking shit about Drinker. I'm like, fuck you. If you're going to talk shit, make it factual, okay? But they're from the crowd that everybody on the right is just a racist and a Nazi. That's his basic observation from another country across a giant ocean, commenting on a country. And he was actually saying that, like, Drinker doesn't know about it. Drinker wouldn't be aware of American politics, insinuating that stuff. When Drinker's more aware, he's been to America more than you have recently. Fucking piece of shit. Whatever. That's YouTube. Keep making good videos, though. Keep writing the fan fiction. You might finish the book before anybody else, including George. Ned Kelly, unless he sues you. George might sue you because he sued somebody who finished a book in AI, so just keep that in mind. Ned Kelly video for $20. Yes, Aussies. That is my name. Classic Robin didn't simply rob from the rich and give to the poor. He took from the government and returned to the people that which had been stolen through taxation. Do you all agree? Yes, because taxation is theft. Taxation is theft. Bionic Sasquatch for $5. I love McDonald's when your dad could smoke as you ate your Happy Meal. I remember that. Yes. during the birthday party. This smoking the heaters right in there, just puffing away. Kalioth for $10. Hail, Loki episode 1, more plot advancement over Pi than an entire season of Ahsoka. That's true. As 40th anniversary Transformers G1 Soundwave and Blaster launched today with new cassettes and packing. Check them out. That sounds awesome. I will say that Loki is better than Ahsoka. It is certainly a better Ahsoka because Owen Wilson, I love Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson is really great at playing Owen Wilson. He does Owen Wilson well. In every movie he's in, he's Owen Wilson better than any other person. But I love Owen Wilson. And I like Tom Hiddleston. I think he'd make a great doctor. And that's what they're trying to make him in this, except without all the gravitas and the 1,000-yard stare, But he likes pie. He likes to talk about his feelings, and he's bi. That's very important. It's very important. And he thinks Sylvie is amazing. Amazing. Sylvie taught herself magic at 6 and hid in apocalypses. That's totally not like Rey, who from 6 years old was raised on a brutal desert planet by herself, a little girl. How'd that happen? Hail to the Fellowship. You guys should go into real estate, considering you're all living rent-free in Director X's heads and a lot of other people's heads, by the way. Keep up the great work. I am grateful, Dustin Grimm, for $10. I am grateful. I'm grateful for this job, for all of you guys, for being able to do this. You guys give us super chats. You guys fucking support our videos. You share them out there. You got our backs. It's a dream job. And it's surreal to think that a director of a show, because some guy talked shit, which guys do, got all upset and has just been all going to fucking Canadian media. But it's a gay op. That's all it is. It's a fucking gay op. He's trying to get attention for a show because he knows his show is shit. He's all, I got to do something. And it's not a bad strategy. It just blew up in his face because the show's still shit. It doesn't change that. There's going to be no Barbara Streisand effect like there was for Captain Marvel. I think there was legit one for Captain Marvel and for other things. But that shit hasn't worked for years. And listen, I'm not saying it worked for Captain. I've said I'm open to the argument, and I said it then. I'm like, you know what? I think there might be some aspect to people like, I'm going to support this to own the chuds. The chuds. And then 5 years later, I'm going to admit it, the movie sucked. But whatever. Reality is setting in. Reality is setting in. This woke shit just doesn't fly anymore. Your fan baiting doesn't fly anymore. Fake woke marketing doesn't fly anymore. You're going to have to be authentic. That is the future. That goes for corporations. That goes for politicians. That goes for Hollywood. Those are 3 institutions I just told that are incapable of being authentic. That's the trouble. People are fed up with bullshit. We're fed up with, this politician's going to go up and he's going to lie his ass off to me, but I need him to lie, bullet point lie that will strategically at least help our party, but not necessarily help our country or us as people. We're tired of that shit on both sides. Fuck you both. Fuck both sides. Fuck you both. Tired of your bullet point lies that prioritize party over country and people. So I've never been part of a party and never will be. Hail to the Fellowship. I read that one. Thanks for inspiring me to keep going, keep sober, and finally make the show. Old Dirty Mag ODM. I read the articles. No one did. Old Dirty Mags. Quarter Chrissy as thank you. Old Dirty Mag at I Draw Local Moms. Local Moms. I said locale because I had it in my mind. I mean, maybe they're locale moms. Maybe they're like MILFs. Why don't you just say I draw MILFs? Hail. That'd be better, KF, for $10. I mean, I felt like I was reading a code there. I might have just accidentally launched a nuclear weapon. What the fuck? Where are we at? We're almost done. Because I got to put out that vidya. Looking forward to the Wisconsin meetup when you're back in the state. Make sure to stop at the Bugle in Sheboygan. Pretty decent comic shop in town. Also, if you get a chance, go to the Deathlock / Baby Metal Awesome show. I'm going to try. That's Melissa has instructed me to get tickets. So I'm going to go. I want to see Baby Metal. I do. Baby Metal is awesome. Superfly 1234 for $15. Are you stoked about South Park joining the Pandaverse? I am, but we got to wait and see it. But I am, because the episode's mostly about AI. I don't know if it's going to all be about that, but this episode is so fucking overdue. It's like a couple of years overdue, to be honest with you, for South Park. But I am looking forward to it. I will review it. It's going to come out on a Friday, so we will be talking about it on Friday Night Tights. Mo Sislak for $20. Hail Friday Night Tights in chat. Happy Friday the 13th. Just backed Comic Book Girl 19's Akira Doc. Good. Thank you. I still remember those Collider Hero days. Rest in peace, John Schnepp. R.I.P., brother. I don't know if he'd liked me, but R.I.P., because it was Chris's friends. And I liked him. P.S. Loving the Ripa / Az streams. Good shit. They are good shit. Ryan for 20 euros. Enough reboots. MCU Star Wars, enough already. There's too much scar tissue in those IPs. And now J.J. Abrams wants to defile Krull. We need something fresh and new. Agreed? Yes. You know what? There was supposed to be a sequel to Krull. Why don't you just do that and keep Jar Jar Abrams as far away as possible from it? Started watching Robin Hood. When does Trey move in with Furious? Have they introduced a Doughboy yet? Do you think they will kill Ricky in the first season? Yes, D-Head for $10. Ryan is kind of a shit stain on society. Yeah, not applicable for $2, but he's our shit stain, okay? For fuck's sakes, cancel Disney Plus, says Graph Webb for $2. Maybe some of us did. Hell, Friday Night Tights. I've been watching for several months now, and each time I tune in, you guys give me the opportunity to laugh and take it easy after the week. Thank you for the comical insights and the captivating chemistry. Cheers. It's all about chemistry. I don't know if my guys are out there. Did you like my add-in edits, guys? You can tell me in Discord. Perry, Quarter Black. Quarter Black's probably feeding his 17 kids. Do you use a trough to Quarter Black for that? Just curious. Honest question. All right. Oh, my God. There's 45 new super chats. This is supposed to be a square up. You crazy maniacs. All right. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do some of these. Then I'm going to take a small break, put up some, Feeding the Ducks music. Wish I had a big, long video I could play for you. While I work on the vid. Or could I just go for a half an hour and get her done? What do you think? Think I should go for what do you think, Perry? Should I just wait a half an hour? I mean, yeah, because that'll be noon Pacific time. Now, I'll wait. Okay, we're going to get this done. 30 minutes. Let's go. We can still put on, I didn't mean to tease you. If you want to hear some Feeding the Ducks, by all means. Yeah, let's read those new super chats. Coming to you live, San Antonio, Texas. Super chats. Smooth DJ. Member for 7 months. Testing 1 2 1 2. Gail Gary, glad to be a part of the fellowship. Hopefully, I'll see you again next year. Well, I'll see you. Buddy. Smoo is a legend. Gary, any chance of you reading any of the Bill Bryson book I gave you in Vegas? It has a whole chapter on Yellowstone topic from Forbidden Frontier you covered last week. I will. It's I have to. Enrico, thank you again. Palazzo. Enrico Palazzo. I just like saying that. Enrico Palazzo. Francisco. Just wait 30 minutes. Next peak viewership comes at around an hour from now. Perry, I love you. I love you too, Garrett. Sleepyhead. You know what? But I'm working on, actually today, I'm working on my paranormal library, and hopefully I will get around to it. But I have to say, probably next year, early next year. I am book solid with a lot of shit to do. But thank you, Enrico. I will take a look at it. You know what? I'll probably peek in to take a look at the Yellowstone topic, though. I'll probably thumb through and try to find that. Oh, yeah. Fading away. There it goes. All right. Yay, Gary's alive. I am tricky. I apologize. It was 45 minutes. This is like old days. 45 minutes of the late to the stream because I was editing a video that became kind of too much for me, so I had to add it to Perry. I still got it, though. I can still edit. Have you gotten into the One Piece manga? Not yet, but I have a shit ton thanks to Kemi Anime. Kemi Anime sent me boxes. I got figures, too. I got all kinds of stuff. I got, like, it's awesome. And you know what? I broke it all after I saw One Piece. I got One Piece fucking everywhere now. It's great. I love it. I like being enthusiastic about things. Yeah, it's seriously the best show they've produced since Daredevil. It's not better than Daredevil. Daredevil's the greatest thing they've ever produced. Probably my favorite things. As time goes on, it just becomes one of my favorite things. And that's going to be my next videos, Daredevil. We're going to talk about Daredevil. That'll be my next fun one. Next 2 months or so. Sorry about that. I don't want to be like, here's my impression of a drunk 3PO stream. Hang on. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. That's my impression of a drunk 3PO stream. Every time I click on, that's what he's doing. He's reading the chat quietly to himself. I hope you liked it. That was a drunk 3PO live stream. Excellence in broadcasting. That's why you come to Nerdrotic. That's what we are known for. I don't want to take away from St. Rush, EIB. Whether you like the guy or didn't like the guy, you got to respect the man for what he did. I remember when Rush was just starting. First time I heard Rush, I was in prison because he was coming out of Sacramento. And Bill Clinton made Rush Limbaugh. The Clinton administration made Rush Limbaugh because they're the ones who deregulated radio stations and allowed companies to, because before a company could only own a certain amount of radio stations and a certain amount of markets. It was the Clinton administration. A lot of this corporate takeover shit was, raise a fist to completely back me up on this, and he knows more about it than I do, goes right back to Democratic administrations from the 90s and the Obama administration. They did a lot of those regulatory guys really loved the corporations. That's when they started sucking the corporations' dicks. So that's when the Uniparty was really coming together. You know what I mean? So, yes, Bill Clinton created Rush Limbaugh by deregulating radio stations and allowing Clear Channel to come in and fucking buy everything. Bought everything. Rush Limbaugh was pumped everywhere, and he became the voice of the working man. And that's where that working man, who used to be famously Democrat, Union, started the shift because Rush Limbaugh, who was considered elite Republican by some, became the voice of the working man. Because the working man was listening to him every fucking day. Delivery drivers. I know because that's all I heard in the shops where I work, you know. So, respect to that man. I should do closed captioning. I've been waiting for an hour. I should actually I should pay you 20 Swedish krona. Jens Anderson of Tari. I'm sorry. I apologize. Enjoy a slice of key lime pie on me, Gary, at Roger Rubio for $2. I fucking hate key lime pie. You know, it's funny because like one of my favorite ice cream, mint chip. Mint chip is my favorite ice cream. Key lime pie makes me want to puke. It's just boogers. It's like booger pie. It's snot pie. No thanks. Eric, this is just, it's a fact. It's an objective fact. All hail Nerdrotic, most organized streamer ever, of all time. It equals my skill in gaming, okay? I'm just going to say that right now. Might be a little better at gaming. A little better. Gary, you guys on FNT would have a content goldmine from Reddit. The saltier than crate subreddit hates you guys. Oh, biggest flow of cope I have ever seen, but I understand if you don't want to share that stuff. Yeah, the Fizz and Thorpe for $10. I mean, I don't search it out. And the reason I don't search it out is because it would be distracting. And honestly, they're allowed their say. Ultimately, I sling a lot of shit at the industry, at the entertainment industry. I'll sling it at people for their projects and the stuff they have created, very rarely for personal reasons, unless they attack a fan. Then it's fucking game on. You attack a fan, game on, bitch. I'm coming after you. But most of the time, it's over what you made. It's over what you made. I even talk about like Brie. Like, I don't hate Brie. I don't hate Brie. I think Brie's miscast as Captain Marvel, and I think she was annoying 5 or 6 years ago. But I have to agree with Ryan. She hasn't been really that annoying since. And that's fine. I don't care. Also, there's been much worse examples of people going directly after paying customers and fans than Brie. I just think Brie is simply miscast as a character that used to be good in the comics that was turned into something she never was supposed to be, right? And my biggest problem with Captain Marvel is not even Brie. It's fucking Annette Bening as Marvel. That's my biggest fucking problem with that movie. I bet you Disney Marvel's wishing they cast Taylor Swift as Captain Marvel, because then it would make $1 billion. It would. Because her movie just made $100 million, almost $100 million over the weekend, and I fucking hate that music. It's like nails on a chalkboard, all while having a drill bit inserted indirectly into my ear by a drill. I find that slightly more enjoyable than Taylor Swift music. I use the word music. It's the catnip or crack cocaine of pop music. But if you like it, she's hot, I guess. But she looks annoying as fuck. And she's just going to date you so she can write her next album. And good for her. Good for her. I mean, like, she deserves all her success. She earned it. Not saying she didn't. Just saying I don't like it. Where was I, though? Reddit. I don't bring attention to that stuff because I find it a bit of a distraction, and I just keep my eye on the prize. And again, we are not above criticism. We are not above criticism. Let people have their say. If they want to get their yayas out, get your yayas out. Doesn't mean shit to me. Like, it doesn't bother me. But I'm sure we can find some good memes or something. Fizz and Thorpe. And thanks for letting me know, brother. Sean Lynch for $10. Hail, Sean. Thanks for dropping that. I mean, the best Fizz and Thorpe, the best response I could say, but you have heard of me. Hashtag not my Loki. Hashtag not my Marvel. Bo and Debbie Mulder for $2. Nope. Marvel's dead. And Loki died in Infinity War. The last, great Marvel movie. I love No Way Home. But it's nowhere near the level of, it's fun. It's fun, but it's nowhere near the level of Infinity War or Winter Soldier or Civil War or First Avenger, which I fucking love. I love First Avenger damn near as much as I love Iron Man. That's right. I think it's an underrated movie. Underrated movie. It's got the Red Skull. They never brought back. I don't care if you have to recast him. You didn't bring back. You bring back the Red Skull as like a spirit. I was like, fuck, what? Thank God we got Ghost though. A misunderstood female antagonist. Reread Bushima era Ragnarok arc. Reread Bushima era Ragnarok recently. I missed the Loki that. Did my camera just move? Wow, that was weird. That gleefully tries to bring out the end of all things just to hurt the ones he hates. Yes. I don't like this beta, like, tech worker, Silicon Valley tech worker Loki. To be fair, Twitter morons defended the paraglider troops. They did, Ministry of Wrong Things. Twitter morons are morons. This is why free speech is important. They should be free to support, to show they're morons. Absolutely. Yes, free speech is extremely important. That's why if they want to protest and support and it's peaceful, they should be allowed to do it. You can't ban them. Can't do it. Can't fucking do it. As much as you want to, as much as you don't like it. You know, BLM, if they were out there just peacefully protesting, which some were, that's fine. I had a problem with the burning down of businesses. A lot of them were black-owned businesses, by the way. And a lot of people burning down those black-owned businesses were fucking
People
from Portland. It was very coordinated. It's almost like it was paid for or something. The wheels on the short bus go round and round. God, you're right, Miranda. Sinistra for $10. The wheels on the short bus go round and round. Do you have hope that Amazon Spider-Man for Amazon Spider-Man Noir show? I didn't know about it. What? Huh? Who? Huh? Is it being so? It must be licensed out by Sony. Maybe. I talked about it yesterday. There's some woke changes in Invincible that I fucking hate, but I ended up kind of overall liking the show. I like the comic. As a matter of fact, I enjoyed Invincible more than I enjoyed Walking Dead from Kirkman, but I think Kirkman's kind of overrated a little bit. Yeah, it looks like season 2 is going to be more of the same. So I would say based on that, no, I have no hope for anything made by Hollywood. I will hope for the best, but absolutely expect and probably will get the worst. That's my attitude towards Hollywood right now. But you know what? I thought One Piece was going to be shit. Howdy, Gary. Have you had a chance to watch The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon? Kimberly Moore. No, and I won't. I won't. I am so over. The zombie franchises that I love are George Romero or Return of the Living Dead, which was Dan O'Bannon. I like the fun zombie shit. Zombieland, like that. I like the fun zombie stuff. I don't like dystopian, post-apocalyptic. Oh my God, the zombies aren't the bad thing. It's the people. So that's why I like Last of Us is a concept that I don't give a shit about. And same with Walking Dead. I liked Walking Dead when it first came out. Season 1 was good, like legitimately fucking good. And I like the early part of the comics, but then it's just, wow, these people just keep being horrible to each other. Yay. 12 seasons. No thanks. But Norman Reedus, I like him. I do. Hello, Gary. 2 questions. First off, whatever happened to the New Warriors? Secondly, can you explain to me what the deal is with milkshakes, women in comics? Oh, Joel Slayer. I can't do it briefly, which I have to do here. I will say quickly, the milkshake girls were work girlfriends that were brought in by Marvel because they went nuts after a bogus survey. And basically the comic book industry thought that they weren't servicing women enough because apparently they thought overnight half of their audience was female, which it wasn't. It was half of your potential audience because It's half of the world's population. But they decided to believe what they wanted to believe, and this all like got really pumped up with the era of Me Too, so they went all in on bringing in girls who didn't know fucking shit. And it started with editors, and it was assistant editors. And these editors were brought in essentially as work girlfriends, or the term purse puppy. This was, you got to watch the early videos of Diversity Comics. If he still has them out, he chronicles this perfectly. And I watched all those videos. Watched all of those videos. So one day they decided to pose in honor of another female creator and take pictures of themselves having milkshakes. And people just pointed out that, yeah, you're the reason comics kind of suck right now. And they're like, fuck you, haters and Nazis and sex. We're going to totally kill at comics. And then they killed comics. And they all got fired. And then we got Arpel O'Neil. Heather Antos is kind of the queen of the milkshake girls. Look up the lore on her. She's a foul person and untalented and doesn't know anything about comics. But, be it out of fear or they just wanted to own the right or the chuds or however they look, the comic creatives, the male comic creatives, the old school ones, a lot of them were down with the cause and down with burning down their own industry, because this is the era that started fan attacks. Where they were conflating trolls. There's legit trolls, but there's trolls everywhere. But it's very easy to conflate one or two like genuinely racist remarks that are probably from 12-year-olds trying to push their boundaries and mix it with legitimate criticism. That's part of the milkshake crew. And what happened to the New Warriors? They straight up canceled it because they were embarrassed by it. There has to be a copy out there, and I've offered a reward. A serious reward. If you have a copy, email me. You can do it anonymously. And I'll tell you what that award is. And then if you provide it, you will get it. Nobody's bit on that yet. Maybe I have to tell what the reward is, but I'm not ready to do that yet because I don't want to get a bunch of, you know what I mean? I don't want to get a bunch of bullshit emails. I would pay good money for a copy of that. Digital copy. Doesn't need to be a paper copy. Digital copy. A script. Something. This is the first time Daniel Kibblesmith's a millionaire who bought his way in the industry, so he won't need the money. Daniel Kibblesmith. Leslie Cohen for $5. This is the first time I can watch you live. I wish you a great day and thank you for speaking the truth, sir. Well, I work for a living. You don't have to call me sir, Leslie. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat and thanks for watching live. Do you have the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon toys? Some of them, yes. Jose Taco for $1.99. They're on this wall. They are, over there. You can't see, but they're over there. Because what happened was, why all my toys are out of the packages, I had boys. So they've got a lot of toys, and these boys would hang out in the comic store and they would fucking open toys. So a lot of this shit is just crap my kids opened when they were babies. And I just let them. I didn't care. What do you think of Chaos Comics? Did you sell any? I did. I like Chaos Comics. I did. Brian Polito, right? That was Chaos, wasn't it? Long time. We haven't thought about it a long time. Yep. Lady Death. Yep. I like Lady Death. Lady Death is hot. And it's now part of Dynamite. Yeah. Evil Ernie. Fucking Evil Ernie. Good old days of Evil Ernie. That guy's like, got a good system for crowdfunding, though. Do you remember the Inferno crossover in the 90s and Marvel Thoughts? I liked it. I liked a lot of the 90s crossovers. I did. Now, the Canadian government has apologized for Bryan Adams on several occasions. Hail the Fellowship, Trey and Matt, and flip-top Canadian singers. They should apologize. Also for giving a Nazi a standing ovation at the Parliament. What's up, Gary? This is my first time talking to you. What's up, Joshua Henderson for $1.99? Nice to talk to you virtually. How are you doing? I hope you're doing okay. Luis Sueves became a member. Cheers, brother. And for $5, he says, as I speak, I don't find the gang-related Ghost Rider racist. I find it half-ass that they don't dive deep into the cartel lore and life. Yeah, okay, if you want to go the other way with that, I'm down with that. Like, Spirit of Vengeance, go down to Mexico and start taking out, like, cartel members and shit. That'd be good. That's fine. But it's a little on the nose, Luis. But you know what? I know the great Hispanics out there, the Latinos, don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Unless you call them Latinx, then they give a fuck. Which they should. Because that's a bunch of woke white women telling you what you can call yourself. Crit Nature for $5. Hickok45 said this too. He just recorded himself doing this, what he always does, and it worked at the end, and now he has 1 million subs. Who, Drinker? Not me. I don't have 1 million subs. I got a ways to go. Drinker's got 1 million subs because he's the best. He's going to have a lot more. He's going to have 5, 6, 7 million soon. Very soon. Thank you for your honesty about sobriety. I had a brief relapse, but I am not 3 weeks sober. I am now 3 weeks sober again. Much love, brother. Best name I could think of. Hey, that's awesome. 3 weeks. About to get your 30-day. 1 day at a time, brother. Go to a meeting. Talk to your sponsor. The anime is trash. Read the manga. Says Fractal Machine for 6 shekels. Hail, brother. Thank you, Fractal Machine. Be safe. That's the first time I've heard that, but it probably won't be the last. So I'm going to try them both. I'm going to give them both a shot. Horny Al for $9.99. Hail, Gary. I started my channel not long ago, and I met you at the Dallas meetup. Yes. I do mostly game streams, and on Sunday Star Trek episode review now, we are in TOS Season 1. Hell yeah. Just have fun. Are you having fun, Horny Alf? Yes, you are. Your legion of memers are always having fucking fun. We got 7 minutes. How long till Disney gets Minnie and Daisy together, Mickey and Goofy together, and Huey and Dewey and Louie with identify as a cow, dog, chicken? Tomorrow, Eric, for $5. Tomorrow. That happens tomorrow. Team Spike or Team Angel? Team Angel. Wife is Team Spike. I'm Team Angel. Angel is basically a recovering addict. I mean, Spike is too eventually, but Angel's done it longer. So that's the way I'm Team Angel. Just saw Bone Tomahawk. Whoa, right. Have you ever read the martial law comics, Gary? Yes, I have, and I love them. Can we do a race draft? Have the Irish delegation trade Leprechaun into Hood to Black delegation if they agree not to give back Robin Hood? Yes, Craig, I love that. It's cool that you're coming to my home state, Wisconsin. I was planning on coming to the meetup, but it ain't happening. I don't have a car, and I know no one is willing and or to loan me one next time. Sorry, Nakbaman. Well, how far away are you? You still need 1,000 for AdSense, 500 for Super. Oh, okay. That's still retarded then. I retract my statement and maintain that YouTube is still retarded. I mean, I guess you can get super chats. Well, because they want super chats. Fucking YouTube. Fucking. Thanks. Brightest day. Love you, man. Hey, Gary, do you know where I could find an upscaled version of the 1953 movie Knights of the Round Table with Robert Taylor? Ooh, no. Pretty soon you'll start being able to make one. But I would search around some video platforms. There might be one because there's a lot of upscaled. But if you know where to look. I'm going to start making my own King's Advisors. I got a burner. I'm going to start making my own physical media. Once again. I did it in the past, but I'm going to do labels and get all like really anal and weird about it. For Spider-Man 2, will you tweet Miles Morales is Miles Morales? Yes. I try to do it like once a week. Eddie Brock 9043. Hey, Gary, loved your Opla review. Besides Zorro versus Mihawk, what other tracks did you like from the soundtrack? I can't remember the name of it. It is the fight scene in the bar. It's the Marine with a bad haircut. Mihawk's theme, the Marine with the bad haircut. I like Nami's theme because it's kind of fun. But the Marine with the bad haircut has a great ending. Great ending. The soundtrack is dope. Unbelievable. I can't wait for that to come out in vinyl. But it's like, it's the first music I've ever bought for my phone ever. Like, it's the only thing musical on my phone. I just go to YouTube for songs now. Because I have vinyl. I have vinyl. I should throw an FNT baby shower for Chrissy. I think that's a really good idea. By the way, on FNT, we're going to tell the story of how we found out. Because we found out long before she announced it last night. Chrissy is pregnant with a boy. So congratulations. I'm super happy for her. It's going to change her life in ways she had no concept of. Her and Frank are great people. So, and making babies is just good. So, fuck yeah, man. I'm so happy for him. I'm proud of him. I love him. Love him to death. Love Chrissy to death. But how we found out is fucking hilarious. It is the most hilarious story. But I got to wait for the guys to be here because Ryan is a very important part of this story. I kind of kicked it off accidentally. It was a pure accident. I'll tell you that. But you got to hear the story, and I'm saving it for FNT. So, Chrissy, let us save it for FNT. Nobody blow it before FNT, please. Have you seen Sci-Fi Channel Blood Drive? It's like Death Race, but they feed their cars blood for fuel. It was made at the same time The Expanse. Yes, I did. I thought it was silly, but kind of fun. Sledge for Fortnite, kind of like Repo. And not Repo Man, the genetic opera. Kind of like that. Even though you started Stargate, switch and watch Stargate Atlantis 1. It's only 5 seasons. Season 2 has Jason Momoa. I'm not going to, I'll watch them both. I'm not trying to watch everything like within 3 days. I like having something to check in on 2 or 3 episodes at a time. I'm about to rewatch Babylon 5 again because I love it so much now. Maybe it's a good thing I couldn't make it to the meetup after the donation from FNT. You probably would have stabbed me in the back with no. What are you talking about? Anakmamon, I'd love you to be there. Maybe somebody can give you a ride. Ask the chat. Jeremy from the Quartering's going to be there. And I think Tom from Midnight's Edge, we're trying to get him to come too. Maybe others. Gary, your thoughts on Resident Evil because it's my favorite. Is that the movie series? Hang on. I mean, that I've heard it might be a video game, but I think Mila Jovovich is hot. Okay. So, Big Worm became a YouTube member. Sent you an email about exploring the Great Lakes site you spoke of on Forbidden Frontiers. I have several cave divers that are willing to help. Ooh, wow. Really? So we can see the monolith down there, basically. Christopher Howell for $4.99 at the bottom of the lake. Hey, Nerdrotic, is Mistborn good? I don't know yet. Clash TV for $2. I don't know yet. Rob Biller became a YouTube member. Thanks, Rob. Would you be interested in doing a comic book streams? Eddie Brock 9043. Yes, always. I gave Gary a few of his dolls. They're not dolls. Action figures. Hey Gary. Loved your first you loved First Avengers and Iron Man, Red Skull. How do you feel if the MCU made Avengers Axis? Red Skull Onslaught with Dead Charles from Mom and casted Tom Cruise as Superior Iron Man. That'd be kind of fun. But I think that'd still be a what if to me, even though it did happen. But they skip too much old school. I am fine with them getting to Annihilation. I'm fine with them getting to stuff, but they skip so much great old stuff, including the Fantastic Four and the X-Men completely, that they need to start over now. They just need to start over. Don't know if they will. This is true. I'm a Selena. No, I'm actually not. I'm a Shakira guy because she is now in trouble for evading taxes twice. So I am a Shakira guy through and through. Plus, she is fucking hot. She is legit hot. With Forbidden Frontiers topics being so broad, how do you keep yourself from being too overwhelmed? ADHD helps you hyperfocus. So part of the affliction you can actually use for good. And it helps you hyperfocus on certain stuff. It is very difficult to be like making a video and then shut it off and go into the Forbidden Frontier thing, but I can do it. I'm glad you're feeling better. I went to the gym today, yeah, and are able to watch episodes of Stargate. You can finish season 1, and then you will be understanding the 10 seasons, says Matthew. Matthew, killing me, Matthew. Hey, Gary, off topic and hate to brother you with this topic of just how shot caller with Nikolaj Coster-Waldau. Kingslayer. How accurate is his portrayal of prison in the movie To Real World? Hi, Gary, off topic, his brother, but just saw Shot Caller. I haven't seen Shot Caller. I'll have to look. Hey, Gary, have you enjoyed Isom 1 and 2? Did you see any flaws in the writing and the pacing so far? Tortural slave for £5 You will find out on Real BBC. Sledge 49, even though you start. Okay, so I caught up on that one. Okay. Now I got to go. If I missed any, X-Ray will get it. We'll get it on the next one. But I am about to release a video. I thank everyone for tuning in. Love you guys. Thanks to the Nerdrotics, everyone who left a super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on around here. And I will see you in the next one, which will be in a couple of days because we got a lot more to get to. Thanks, guys. See you later.